See, I don't know. There's been so many stupid conspiracies that I don't even know how do you even discern between them anymore, right? When there's so many. And the thing is, if I bring one, like for example, there's one going on where people claim that there's some application out there that I've never used or heard of. I guess it's called Line app, and they're like, oh, well, we found that the cell phone number that we know is yours because it was doxed on the internet years ago, that cell phone number is somehow associated with Line app. Now, Line app is an app that I guess is used for people who talk behind the scenes when they play mobile games. So it's obvious that because there is a Line app with your cell phone number associated with it, that means you play mobile games and spend money on them. It's like, what? Like, how do you even associate that with that? And people keep bringing this up, like just like 2 days ago, someone on Twitter's talking about it. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know anything about this app. I don't use Line app. I don't even know what it is. And these people just say this shit. And then they're like, okay, so how did when people brought this up like a year ago, when I first heard this conspiracy theory, people were like, well, how could this be possible? I was like, you realize if what you're saying is true, okay? If what you're saying is true, that this exists, this Line app, and that somehow there's an account with my phone number, anyone could have done that, right? Because my phone number was public years and years ago. If you remember when I actually registered my website, the fucking website doxed all my information, including my phone numbers and shit. So that's been public for how many years? So how is that evidence of anything? I don't even understand that at all. Like if my phone number has been doxed years and years ago, right? How is it like I'll be honest with you, people have really gone out of their way to fuck with me in regards to like stupid menial trolling shit. Like sign up Phil's fucking emails for dumb spam and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's basically up to the point where like my information is so public, everyone like for example, I can tell you right now, I guarantee you, someone went out there and registered me for every fucking website under the sun. They have my name, they have my address, they have a phone number that's associated with me, they have an email addresses, right? I have my public email addresses, you guys know them. I guarantee you people sign me up for everything, all right? So that's like saying, oh, there's a website that has an account that says Darkside Phil and has an email that we know is yours associated with it. So that way there's evidence you use that site. How? Anyone could go sign up for anything right now using my public information. But the thing is, they whip themselves into such a frenzy with this information that they then act like it's evidence of anything. It's evidence of nothing. Anyone with a logical brain can say, what are you talking about? Like, Phil was doxxed a million years ago, and all his information is out there. There's probably people on the internet who impersonate him all the time, everywhere, right? So, how is that evidence of anything? But the thing that really gets me is apparently this Line app, and again, I don't know much about it, I've never used it. Apparently the Line app is used for many different things. I guess it's just chat app. It's like you chat on it like a million other chat apps, okay? So how does an evidence that if anyone had a chat app with my number or whatever, how is that evidence that it's used for a mobile game or that you know what I mean? Like, even if that is the case, that someone used my information and registered, it's evidence of nothing. But you see what I'm saying? Like, they literally create this insane situation where it doesn't even make sense logically, but that's evidence of something. It's evidence. And that's what they do, is like every conspiracy somehow, because there's 20 million conspiracies that they made up about me, somehow they all become a body of evidence that says I'm a bad person or something. It's like, but none of it is true. It's all your shit that you made up, or people doing things in my name around the internet and shit. You see what I'm saying? And then it's like somehow that becomes evidence when it's nothing. I just never understood it. Overwatch Trash did a super chat and says there's a code that verifies your number. What does that mean? There's a code that verifies your number. My number is public. That number was public since 2015. That number was on the internet. So how is that evidence? Like, what are you talking about? These people, see what I mean about these fucking people? And now this guy will probably talk about this all day. He'll just keep, it's what it's called. It's called moving the goalpost. So I'll say, no, what you're saying makes no sense. That's not evidence of anything. So then they'll say something else ludicrous. I'll be like, okay, well, that's not evidence of anything. Then they'll say something else ludicrous. And then, you see what I mean? It's called moving the goalpost. They just keep pushing it further and further and further and further until I just get tired of answering. And I just don't want to talk about it anymore because I just don't want to fucking waste time on it. But then see? So Phil couldn't answer every concern for 3 straight hours, so that means that it's all true. And that's how they win, because they have time for that shit. You know? I don't have time for that shit. I don't have time to answer every ludicrous accusation you have. You're just out of your fucking mind, man. All right. General of Thunderous Fires did a $5 super chat and says, I like your old Street Fighter. Hold on. Scroll off the screen. He said, I like your old Street Fighter playthroughs and DSP tries it videos. Now people are saying, do you have to verify it? Verify what? The number. Verify what number? The phone number? What do you mean? They make you have to verify the number with a code that sends a text to it. Okay, all right. Do you guys realize, and this is truthful, again, my emails, my phone numbers that I've had over the years, they're constantly hit with shit like that. Constantly. I mean it. Like nonstop. Every day I get, did you sign up for this? Verify this. Here's a verification code. Here's a confirmation email. My fucking stupid home phone. All right? Which I've never used. I kid you not. I've never used my home phone number for anything. The only reason I have that home phone right there is because I do a bundle through Comcast that I save money if I keep the phone. If I got rid of that phone, the overall cost of my internet and phone would actually go up if I got rid of that phone, okay? So I've never used that phone before for anything. That phone rings constantly. Constantly. It's solicitor shit. It's other. I've never used it. I've never even put that phone number on the internet, but it rings constantly because people got it and they sign it up for everything. Do you see what I'm saying? So I constantly am bothered by that shit. Everything. Every phone line I've ever had, every email address I've ever had, constantly gets hit up for this. So how is that evidence of anything? They sent a verification request to the phone number, and I get those constantly all the time. So what does that mean? Nothing. They need to get the code to confirm. How do they get it if you physically have the phone on you? What do you mean? You have to put in a code. Put in a code where? What are you talking about? Oh, you can't have a line account if you don't have a code. I don't know. There's no code that's ever been entered into a line account because I don't have a line account. And so but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's also forum posts and things out there in my name. And people are like, well, that's evidence that you have it because it's in your email and that forum is there. It's like, but I didn't do it. I didn't verify it. I ignore it. All that shit's on, like, blacklist. I get spam emails all the time of that kind of stuff. I just ignore it. So how did it work? I don't know. Maybe. Now, I don't know specifically if I'm talking about line or whatever, but maybe these things allow you to create an account. All right? And as long as you have general information, the account sits there and it's a dormant account. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure right now there's a million dummy accounts that are called Darkside Phil on the internet that aren't me. But they created them using my information, and they just sit there dormant, never used, but it still says that I'm a member. Like, what was it? Like, years ago, someone was like, Phil, we have evidence that you're on a gay porn site. And I'm like, well, I have news for you. I'm not on a gay porn site. You know, I have nothing to do with that. I don't go to porn sites in general anyway, but I'm not part of a gay porn. But here's an account with your email associated with it. I'm like, and? You see what I'm saying? What does that have to do with anything? So I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't care. Like, you have to understand. I mean this too, because there's like 10, 20 people on this stream that are all talking about this right now. The stuff that you deal in is so disassociated from reality for most people. Like, we don't care about your bullshit. You understand that, right? Like, I just have to, I'm sorry that I'm not trying to be insulting. But you have to understand that what you're saying and doing is so disassociated from normal life. We don't sit there on the internet hashing out conspiracy theories and debunking them. We don't. We have lives. Normal people have, like, lives where we do stuff with our time. We don't sit there on the internet with people like you debunking conspiracies and hashing up conspiracies. Like, I've too much shit going on in my life that's important and meaningful to me, my family, my cat right here, Jasper Kitty. Give him a nice pet. I don't have time to worry about your bullshit. I don't. I really don't have time to worry about your bullshit that you make up about me every day. I'm not going to sit here and try to find a way to disprove every ridiculous thing that says about me, because I have better things to do. I have a stream to put on right now. Right now I'm trying to figure out where the vault is, guys. That's what I'm trying to do. Apparently there's a vault. There's a vault here? Yes. There should be a vault. Yeah, it's right about here. And according to this, to the right of the vault, there's a camp or something. And then this is a vault I haven't been to yet. Yeah, this is a vault that I haven't been to yet. So. Always Hot T says, then why don't you ignore them? Have you ever not noticed that I am? Like, I am. I am completely ignoring their nonsense. But again, when you ignore it, that means, oh, it's true, because Phil won't address it. Okay, so now I'll address it logically. I just went step by step for, what, 15 minutes? Step by step, I just went through all this with you guys, explaining, I don't know anything about it. Here's probably how they do it. Oh, but that's not good enough, because here's another thing. Here's another thing. But this is what always happens. There's always another thing. Okay, well, then just ignore it. Okay, I'll ignore it. Oh, well, then it's true. Do you see? Do you understand the life I'm living here? That no matter what I say and do, no matter what happens, there's always another nut job out there doing something in my name, making something up about me. And I can't possibly discredit or answer all this. What is going on right now? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are they fighting? Tell me it's not Death Claws. It's not. It's a bunch of, like, raiders or something. Right, there you go. General of Thunderous Fire says, that's the equivalent of like saying turn off the internet and it stops internet bullying. It does, you're right. The equivalent is like either I address it, and if I address it, it's never good enough. It's never good enough. There's always another thing. Like I said, I'll answer logically, okay, here's the truth, here's the truth. Oh, well, now I have to speculate because I honestly don't know. So maybe it's this, maybe it's this. And then it's, well, it's not good enough because they keep going with further conspiracy. So there's no point in me answering anything. But if Phil ignores it, well, that means that it's true. You see? So it's a lose-lose situation. When you have this many nut jobs constantly just fucking making shit up about you, you can't win. Like, you'll never win because they will always say it's not good enough. Or, like I said, then if I address it logically and calmly and I answer honestly, they move the goalpost to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. You know? How many... all right, the best example of this, the absolute best example of this, is that whole insane discussion about the whole escort thing, right? Very much, Aaron. You're tied for the top tip with Chris right now, so thank you for that. And of course, a bunch of super chats came in, and they're all about this bullshit. So I'm just going to ignore them. I'm going to read them, but I'm going to ignore them. So, for example... Here we go. To create an account in the Line app, you must verify your number, or you cannot proceed. His account with the number was found. He is lying. So what do you want me to say? I don't know anything about this app, but apparently someone found a way to make an app account supposedly in my name. Actually, I don't even know if you even said that. Is it even in my name, or is it using my number? I don't even know, nor do I care anymore. I just don't care, because that's what I mean. People, haha, I got him now. No, I don't know. I don't have any answer to your crazy conspiracy fucking world. I don't. And again, by the way, none of this means anything, because for when last year when people started saying this to me, the Line app apparently is just simply an application used generically for communication over the internet. It's not evidence of anything. Apparently, the Line app can be used for any kind of chat. If someone just wanted to have a chat with someone across the world, you get the Line app, you can chat with them if you have each other's account. I guess it's kind of like Discord. That would be the equivalent of saying, oh, we just know that Phil has a Discord, therefore we know that he uses it to play mobile games and stuff. It's like, no, you don't. You don't have that evidence at all. Like, that doesn't make any sense what you're saying, but that's what I mean. These people are nuts. These people are absolutely nuts. There's no, if there was evidence, they would present it. They have no evidence of anything. They just make these conspiracy theories up. All right, and again, there was like 2 or 3 super chats. I'm not even exaggerating. 2 or 3 super chats all saying the same fucking thing. So I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm just gonna ignore them. Okay,